What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another live stream. It has been a minute, an absolute freaking minute. I hope you guys are doing well. Who do we got in the chat here? We got Best Eddie Gamer Jelly. What's going on, my friend? Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. I know it's really late for you, so I appreciate you coming through, my mans. Who else we got in the chat right now? We got LA Productions 7836. I see you. Welcome to the stream, my friend. We have Soaring Summit 4705. I see you. What's up to you as well? Agent Callan. I like the name. I like the name. Welcome to the stream. We have Mellow 49341. Man, you guys got the numbers at the end of your names tonight, man. You're challenging me. We used to go to high school together, bro. I don't know if you'd remember me or not. Name's Brock. Hope all is well, brother. With the holidays and everything. Brock sounds extremely familiar. It's been 10 years since I've been in high school, but honestly, it's fuzzy, but maybe if you're in, I don't know if you're in band with me or not, but the name, it sounds very, very familiar. Very, very familiar. I'm sure if I saw your face, I'd be like, yes, I know exactly who you are. It's just been 10 years since I've been in high school, so. Which you know. Who else we got in the chat? We have Snizzy Fresh. I see you. Welcome to the stream. D Money. Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're doing well. 2 Trill Gaming. What's up, my friend? It's Storm. Welcome to the channel stream as well. So you guys are in for a little bit of a treat because we don't typically do that many live streams on the channel. I would love to do more, but I want to get as much video content out as possible to you guys with a lot of good information to help you. But that's why I try to make some time every so often to do these live streams so that we can come together. You can come to me with your questions in this forum, and you can put your questions right in the chat, or we can pull them from Discord as well. As for those of you guys that aren't familiar with what's on the Discord page, we have something called setup help. So if I show you guys here right quick, I'm gonna go to the Discord. If you guys aren't part of the Discord, you guys need to join Discord. Come on now. But we have multiple channels now, thanks to Eddie. He's been trying to keep things organized because we get a lot of questions for, things around setup. I don't always have the time to go through all the questions here. Eddie's been a champ, as well as some other people in the community have been really helpful with answering questions, but we don't get to answer all the questions all the time. That's why, every so often we get to go live just like we are right now so that we can cover those questions that maybe might get lost in the sauce in the setup help Discord channel, that's why we're here. So I'll be pulling questions from the chat here as well as from the Discord, and any questions that you guys do ask me, they may be able to help other people. So don't be afraid to ask it, because you never know. You never freaking know who it might come to help out. Hopefully for those of you who are tuning in the video or the VOD portion of this stream after it's already done, first off, make sure you have post notifications on so you don't miss the next live stream. But also, feel free to watch this stream and see if some of the questions that do get asked help with some of your situations, because a lot of you guys seem to have similar situations. Depending on your setup, of course, there might be little minute configuration differences, but holistically, a lot of stuff can be applied to a multitude of setups. So hopefully that is able to give you guys some insights and some help here. Like, that's why I wanna do this thing. So let's see what you guys got. Feel free to throw it in the chat and we can go ahead and answer it. And then I'll also be looking at the Discord too, in case there's questions there that we can start off with as well. Yeah, feel free to go to Discord, but you guys can throw questions right in the chat, because this is what we're gonna do. If you ask a question, I can actually click on your name, just like this, just like with Best Eddie here. It says, hope everyone Christmas was great. So you can get your name put up on stream here if you have a question. So feel free, swing it at me. If I can't answer it, I'm gonna do my darnest to give you the best answer, and then we're gonna figure it out together if it's something that I haven't played or touched with that much. So let me see what you guys got. All right, let's see what y'all are working with, and then we'll switch between the YouTube chat here and the Discord. So give me what you got. Zoski, you're going to be the first question, my friend. OBS, if you are using the NVENC or AMD encoders, make sure your video drivers are up to date. I get this error. Well, it wasn't a question, but it wasn't a question, but I think it's a nice tip. Probably encoding overload errors, possibly. But, you know, even on older versions of the graphics cards, they should still work to some degree. But if you're having issues, absolutely make sure that you're up to date on those cards. It can alleviate issues. I was just going through issues myself, which I seem to do every single time I start up a stream, because it's been, you know, multiple weeks or a month or two in between streams. So these software companies release new updates, and then I'm stuck wondering why the heck is this something that worked. What wasn't working for me before I started the stream was my Stream Deck and Spotify working together, so that I could easily press this button, it pauses all the music, you don't hear anything, and then I press that button again and it works. You have to have the API keys set up with the Stream Deck and Spotify in order for the connection to work, so I can control it via a single touch key. But for some reason it wasn't working this time. Tried to update Stream Deck via the Stream Deck app. It wouldn't pull the update, so I had to go to the website manually, pull the update, and then install it, make sure everything was closed out, OBS, Stream Deck, all that software that pulls into Stream Deck, and then it worked. Before, I couldn't, Spotify, the buttons weren't working. It said the device wasn't supported, and I knew that wasn't true. That was absolutely, ugh. But this is what you guys got to go through sometimes. You have to go through a little bit of trial and error, make sure that you're up to date, because sometimes installing the latest update can fix a lot of issues. Will Dan 96 says, I want to use a laptop for a PC. What laptop should I go for? A OBS setup. Can I use a MacBook? Yes, you can absolutely use a MacBook, and I'd recommend getting any silicon-based chip MacBook. Do not go into the past and get those Intel chip MacBooks. They're legitimately not fully supporting those chips anymore. I know they are to some degree, but like as far as like the new apps, different operating systems that are being updated onto the MacBooks, you don't want to be on the older infrastructure from like 2019 and later or earlier. You want to be on the newer stuff. So get an M1, M2, M3, M4. I don't think we're at M5 yet, right? Maybe. I don't think we're at M5. But you want to get any silicon chip. It can even be an Air. I'm on the website right now, actually. So you can get a brand new one, or you can go use whatever. Any of these work for streaming and using OBS. Believe it or not, any of them. You might need a dongle or two to get all the ports and things that you need to work. Oh my God, we are at M5. I'm like, we are at M5. I'm like, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 too. So we are there, guys. But yeah, any of these will work. I promise you. They will work and work great. I've even been able to do 4K 60 recordings on these devices. You want to get the the Max, the Pro Max versions, or the Max or the Pro versions of the silicon chips, or the Studio if you're going to be doing 4K 60. But it'll work. Luckily, we've come a long way in the Mac ecosystem to where this stuff just works. And even on if you go on Amazon and you get an M1, I'm still rocking an M1 Max computer. I haven't updated in a couple years now, but it's serving me well. Let me show you. Still using it to this day. It's a beast. And the computer I had before this was the MacBook Pro 2017 version, and you know it did the job for a while, but this is just on another level. I'm not even flinching on updating right now. This just crushes anything I'm trying to film. gameplay wise via OBS for my videos, as well as editing with Final Cut Pro. Absolute freaking monster. And you might be able to find some of the M1 Pros and M1 Maxes on sale for good prices, but it's absolutely worth it. But if you can get one of the newer ones, hey, even better. Go for an M5 if you can swing it. Why not? Future-proof yourself a little bit. But for me personally, I probably won't look to get another Mac for at least another few years. Unless I'm doing a review on this channel on a Mac. No, I personally do not need to update. So yeah, you are set, my friend. Just stay away from Intel. Who else we got here? And if those of you guys just tuning in, we are doing a stream where you guys can throw in your questions regarding your setup, anything that you could possibly need help with. Throw it in the chat here. I'm gonna take a look at it. I can't guarantee I'll answer, of course, every single question you guys throw in here, but throw it in there, see if I can see it, and then I will put it up on screen just like we answered the last guy's question, and I'll do my best to give you guys a good answer to help you with your setup so you can get yourself running the right way and not waste money. I don't want you guys to waste money on things you shouldn't be wasting money on. So I hope you come here and save a little bit. What else we got here? Dalton YT says, hope you're doing good, man. Got a decent laptop just for streaming PS5 gameplay and binge a bunch of the videos. Helped me tons. Helped me a lot on OBS. Just waiting for my face cam to come in. Just want to thank you. Hey, I appreciate it, Dalton. Thank you for watching the videos, and I'm glad that they helped you out. That's why I do these videos for you guys. Make your life easier, man. I don't want you guys to have the headaches. Appreciate it, Dalton. Bro, I got my stream working well. All thanks to you, bro. Appreciate you. I'm glad it's working well for you, Edward. That's what we love to hear. Sorry, I'm getting over a freaking cold. Of course, right as the Christmas holiday season comes around, I get a freaking bug, but I'm in better shape than I was a week ago. Oh, I'm living though. I'm okay. I am from Sri Lanka. Your videos are useful for my new game streaming channel. Awesome. Sending love to Sri Lanka. Love it. So happy I'm able to help you out. Pin your Discord message link? Okay, yeah, I can take a look, Eddie. Where is what? I don't know where'd you put your message? Is it in general? I don't know. Where'd you put that message? Yeah, I'm on the rise, man. We're doing okay. Yeah, I don't know where the link is. Oh, in YouTube? Oh, the Discord server one. Yeah. I can't pin on the computer for some reason. I'm gonna go on my iPad and take a look. What the heck is going on here? But how's everybody's Christmas too? I want to know. Where's my freaking stream? There it is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pin that. Yeah, I see it here. Pin message. Yeah, guys, definitely join the Discord because if you need help in the future, we try to help you out there as we can. But today's stream is all live, guys. We are doing it live. All right, let me see what else you guys got. How can I get alerts in my headset using ChatLink Pro in Wavelink? So for alerts, I think it's a good question. What software are you using for your stream? Because this has always been a little bit of a weird one for, you know, hearing your alerts. I've had to deal with the same struggles, and I'm hearing my alerts now. But I would say the best way to do it is just within OBS Studio. So I can probably show you what that looks like. I'll show you what I have to how I was able to fix it. Let me turn down the drums just a little bit. I don't want to be blaring it. There we go. All right, here, I'll show you what I did on my side. Let me exit out a few of these things. And also, yes, I do have a Calendly in case you guys want one-on-one consultations, personal sessions. Just, you know, I got the links down there in the description. All right, let's pull up OBS here real quick, and I'll show you what I've done here. I know a little bit of trippiness here, but we're gonna get through it here together. All right, so you see I have a source right here for my alerts. So essentially all I've done is, you see this alerts browser source? I added that into OBS. Here it is. If you guys want to steal my alerts, fine. Oh well, have fun with that, I guess. But essentially, yeah, I just added this in, and then down below there's a check box here. It says control audio via OBS. You want to check that off, and that will give this browser source its own audio right here, as you can see in my mixer. So if you guys were to subscribe, I would see it come through and hear it come through through OBS, and I believe I am monitoring and outputting it. Yes, I am. So as you just saw, I went to my advanced audio properties, and in the alerts under audio monitoring, it's monitor and output, so that way I can hear that alert audio, and it's also being heard by you as well. By default, it's going to be set to monitor off, so you guys would be able to hear, but then I still wouldn't be able to hear the alert, which is kind of like not the full point of an alert. We need to hear our alerts. So switch it to monitor and output, and you're good to go. That's literally it, and you can hear it. It'll be going through OBS instead of the Wavelink. That's just how I've seen to have it work better than trying to pull in a specific alerts audio source through Wavelink, because it just gets a little bit messy. Sure, you can monitor, I suppose, everything that's coming out of OBS into Wavelink, but then it's kind of double playing, it just makes the audio situation a little bit tricky, and you don't want stuff duplicating. So this is the best way, I would say, to go about it without it, you know, over complicating it. Hopefully that makes sense. Essentially, it wouldn't be going through the chat link. You can't pull the audio through the chat link. The only audio that you can hear in the chat link cable is the game audio, and whatever chat audio is also funneling through that audio source. So if, let's say, your chat link pro cable is connected, why do I not have a PlayStation controller near me? Let's pretend that this Switch controller is a PlayStation controller, and you have your chat link pro plugged in here. That's the game audio and the chat audio that you hear coming through your console being funneled into the chat link pro cable into the capture card, which would eventually go to your computer. You wouldn't be funneling different audio sources through there. You literally can't. It's just for you to output the game audio, you can hear it, and it gets recorded somewhere. So yeah, that's the other bit to this, is that you're gonna want to listen to your audio on the computer. You're not gonna want to listen to it through the chat link pro cable, because you're only going to be hearing the game audio and the chat audio coming from your PS5, for example. Otherwise, set up the audio for your alerts like I have. Get your link from Streamlabs, put it in OBS as a browser source, control the audio in OBS, monitor and output, and you're good to go. Good to go, my friend. Hey, thank you, Z-Man Scar. I'm pretty sure you were around during the times I was playing Fortnite on the channel. should I do another Fortnite stream just for the good old times, for the fun times? Bring it back for a special stream. I feel like that'd be just so off, like the ordinary for me, because a lot of the new subs have not been around since I was doing Fortnite gaming streams and even COD streams. But I used to do all that stuff on this channel. That would be fun. But thanks for coming back, Z-Man Scar. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, which one's better? The fine. I think you hit the fine, not the fine. But I like the way you said it. The fine. The fine or the Elgato capture card. I mean, I'd venture to say the Elgato capture card, they've been in the game longer. They have a better support structure. I think their capture cards are more finely tuned. They have more software to support the capture cards. More firmware updates as well. I would definitely say Elgato. No question. Fifine, they literally just got in the game. I would like to try out their capture card though. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's decent. But I'm gonna see if they can send it to me. Maybe we can do a little something. All right, what else we got? Guy, you are a legend, man. I just used one of your videos to solve a problem. Awesome. That's why I make the videos. Like, to me, that is absolute satisfaction. You know, the fact that I'm able to make a video and it solves one or more people's problems, that's amazing. That means I did something there. That keeps me going, guys. I appreciate it. So it'll play for the laptop. I think you're talking about what we were referring to on the OBS stuff. See, I just heard the alert. You guys should have heard it. I just heard it. It'll play through the laptop unless you pick the audio source that's coming through, that your audio is going to be playing through. So for me, I plugged my headphones directly into my computer. So I had to, in my system level audio settings, so the operating system level, go into my audio settings and select the I think it's called the Realtek for my computer. I think it's the Realtek HD audio second output. Yeah. And that is for the headphones. Yep. Can I get a snip of this? No, I probably cannot get a snippet of this, but oh wait, no, I can show you guys here. I can show you exactly what I selected. Let me just go into more settings and it'll pop right up. Yeah, this is what I selected here. See, I have a whole bunch of stuff I could choose from. Like I could choose the monitor here. I could go with the wavelength, so I could plug my headphones here if I wanted to and listen. There's my mini monitor that's in front of me over here. Headphones here. But I went with the second output. So that's why I can hear all the audio. And that's how that's working. That's how that's working, my friends. But good, that's a good question, because that's also part of the puzzle. You guys do not want to play your audio out loud, especially gameplay audio. Really any audio for that matter, because it's going to echo, it's going to duplicate into the microphone that is on your desk or wherever, and it's going to funnel back through, and it's going to be horrible for your viewers. Don't play audio out loud. Like, imagine if I was playing the Spotify music out loud and it was doubling through the mic. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Don't do it, guys. Plug in a pair of headphones into either the mic or the computer or the monitor, something. Plug it into something, guys. Please. Oh, gosh. Along with that, I really want to fit the Y2K aesthetic with my content with new age gaming, which not a lot of people do. So how would I go about changing my quality to match that? What was your first comment? I think I missed your first comment. Okay, here it is. Hey man, I've been planning on becoming YouTube's next big thing and want to make sure everything is working well. How would I go about getting the best quality in streams and recordings for my PC? Funny enough, I just made a video on the streaming aspect, which I'll probably just link in this stream to help you out here. So there's a little bit more detail there. I can explain it here. The recording side of things, I'm working on a video now. It's going to be out before the end of the year. That's a guarantee because I luckily have the video finished. It's edited. It needs a couple informational tweaks on it, but that, for all intents and purposes, is ready to go. I'll have it out before the end of the year for you guys. And then I'm also working on a Mac recording one. I don't know if you guys would be interested in it. I think you guys would. I think I'm going to put it up anyways, even if it doesn't do good, because I know it's going to help at least a few people. And and it's a individual source that people can follow that's not mushed in with all the Windows stuff. Like, this is for my Mac users. This is how you can record. And I think that'll be good. But for your case, if you're gonna be streaming, I think it'd be best if I show you, I guess, whatever settings that I'm running with here. Let's make it chill for you, my friend. All right, you should be able to see this. All right, let's go to output. We're in streaming right now, so you guys can see what I'm running with. So ideally, you're gonna wanna use a graphics card if you have it. I have an NVIDIA 5070, so that's why I'm using the NVIDIA NVIC H.264 video encoder, and it works really, really good. I know that AV1 is also very efficient and it's very good. Also, that's not something I fully recommend to the masses because Twitch hasn't gotten on board with using AV1 for encoding, but YouTube has, so you can do it if you want. But as just like a best practice, H.264 is widely accepted across a multitude of streaming sites. So that's what I would go with if you have a dedicated graphics card. If you do not, on Intel, you should have a quick sync hardware encoder option. And if you're using an AMD chip, these are chips, by the way, like your CPU. So Intel chips use quick sync hardware encoder. If you have an AMD chip, AMD CPU, you're going to want to go with the AMD hardware. It should be HW H.264. It's just all it is the integrated graphics component of the CPU. That's all that is. And luckily, a lot of the newer chips have gotten pretty good to where the integrated graphics can work very well. I'm testing a mini PC right now where I'm leveraging the integrated graphics, and guys, it's doing good. It's doing good, surprisingly good. And I've used some others in the past too, like 2 years ago. I think I used the Blackview mini PC that a lot of you guys probably found my channel from. That did pretty good too. Now, I don't think it's the best thing to get for the long term because it really struggles with 1440p and 4K. But 1080p 60, totally cool. Totally cool. And 1080p 60 is where you would set here. For me, my canvas is at 4K. I'm doing 1080p, but you might want to do a 1080p for both of these base canvas and output canvas, as that's just what's widely accepted. 1080p 60, baby. And then under that, I'm using CBR, constant bitrate. Bitrate for me, I have mine set to 12,000, so a little bit on the higher side. But if you're on Twitch, you got to have it at 6,000. They just won't let you go higher than that. And then you guys can copy the settings for the rest. I don't really need to dig into the details, but feel free to copy what I got going on and use it for yourself. But the most important thing is just the encoder. Make sure you pick a good encoder because that's gonna make or break your setup. And sometimes there can be a lot of options there, and with a lot of options causes a lot of confusion. So stick with the hardware encoder, stick with your graphics card, H.264 before jumping to X264. Yeah, try to not that should be like last resort option if the others aren't working for some reason. But the first ones I mentioned should work for your setup, and you'll have good quality. On the recording side of things, that's a little different. Recordings, I can't show you recordings right now because I'm streaming, so everything's kind of blocked off settings wise for me. But you're gonna want to choose the CQP option for your recordings. CQP is going to be your friend, so remember that in the recordings tab. That'll be the type of recording that you're going to do. It's like I guess it would be like the rate control, essentially, just the rate control. And with CQP, it's pretty nice, and you guys will all get the details on this once my video comes out. But CQP will essentially allow a variable type of bitrate, to where it will maintain the quality whether or not something fast is happening on the screen, like a lot of motion, or if things are still and static, it'll reduce the bitrate and not try to push out so much data, versus a constant bitrate like I do on streams those are like the bit rate is a target, and it tries to stay at that target no matter if a lot of motion is happening or no motion is happening. So CQP, check that out in the recording tab, and you'll be able to have some good quality. And then set your number to like 20 to 23. It'll be good. If you have file storage issues, file space issues, just jack the number up a little bit higher, maybe 26, 27. You'll still have good quality, and the file size will be a little less. And you can do that across the board for 1080p, 2K, and 4K. So you can get some good quality gameplay if you just follow those tips. And I have videos coming out for those specifically. The stream one is already out. I'll share it here in the chat in case those of you guys missed it. But I just get into the details for how you can just easily set up a stream following some good best settings very quickly. And I made it a short video, so it's not long. It's like 4 minutes. So I'll throw that in the chat for you guys. There you go. Alrighty. What else we got? What other questions you have for me? I am ready to answer. Dude, them good old Fortnite days. I know, man. Dude, I've been getting back into Fortnite a little bit. I don't know why. I just got this sudden itch. I don't know if it's the holidays or whatever. But I'm like, I kind of want to get the battle pass this season. I haven't played Fortnite like much consistently for a couple years. I've only gotten on it maybe to test some videos and some capture cards out or whatever, but I've been just playing other stuff. Man, I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm playing freaking Fortnite again. Must be 2019 or 2018 again. What is happening? Yes, this also works on good mini PCs. You will have HNVEC, AMD stuff. Midnight has to be you, friend. Hit like button. Hey, yes, appreciate it, Darth Lord Raven. Thank you, man. Yeah, many PCs, guys. I wish we had those when I started making videos a while ago. Like, why couldn't we have those in 2015, 2016? Gosh, I was really struggling making videos, like with really subpar equipment. So I sympathize with all of you guys that maybe don't have like the greatest equipment to live stream or record. Luckily, a lot of the new stuff coming out, some of it's under $200, and you can absolutely push out a very respectable, nice stream, and that's a good thing. You know, the entry level, the barrier to entry is much lower now, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But hey, opens the door up for people that really want to make something happen. Apple Buddy says, Midnight Man, just wanted to say thank you. 3 years ago, I started streaming and your videos helped so much. Now 2025 and I am a YouTube partner. Thank you, bro. We love to hear it. That's a great success story. Amazing, Apple Buddy. Congrats to you, my friend. That's amazing. I love to hear it. That's what we like to see, guys. Better to record gameplay through Elgato, Game Capture, or OBS. Love the vids. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too, the Unstoppable Junior. Thank you for popping through to the stream. For this question, I'd say if you're not very familiar with how to set your settings, or if you haven't watched my videos on how to set settings, then the Elgato software is very good because you don't have to worry about that. You just press record and it'll come out nicely, especially if you have a very suitable and good computer. But I personally like OBS more because I can kind of fine tune the quality, you know, make those file sizes either bigger or larger depending on what I'm doing, and it comes out just as good. And I think with OBS you can add much more customization. You can add different layers and overlays on top of the gameplay. You can do more things with audio as well. The Elgato software, you're very limited with audio and what you can put through to it. OBS is absolutely for the win, but Elgato's very easy if you don't want to tinker in settings. But I say, hey, challenge yourself a little bit, because honestly, once you dabble in the settings just a little bit, or you just catch my videos, watch them, they're very, very easy to understand. Even the simple settings are good, honestly, because there's a simple and an advanced mode for your quality settings. Like, even the simple stuff turns out fine, and it's like 3 rows of setting options. Sorry, there's a tickle in my throat. I'm getting over something here. But yeah, I would say OBS, man. Just dive into it. It's okay. Yo, thank you, Silbat, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Kokomo Gaming. First off, welcome back, my friend. Bruh, I think this is the year I try Twitch, but that mean gotta change my settings. Yeah, you do. For Twitch. Twitch, they want lower settings. They want lower settings. 6,000 bitrate or less. I wouldn't go under like 4,500, 4,000 bitrate though. What's good, Creighton? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Another one of our amazing moderators of the channel. Really appreciate you, dude. We are on a roll. Answer questions. Also, Creighton here is very helpful. He answers questions as well. Yep, OBS is a standard for streaming. Let's see. Wait, you can use OBS to record console gameplay without an Elgato? Actually, yes, you can. I made a couple videos on this too, but essentially just use remote play. With remote play, you can put your gameplay up on your computer, and then you can pull that window into OBS just through a simple window capture, and that's it. The catch though is that you have to plug your controller into the computer, so you're playing through the computer versus playing directly on the PS5. So there can be a touch of latency involved there between your controller stick movements. So not ideal, but it does work, surprisingly. Donna, what's up? Good to see you. So happy you're still out here blessing us with all your help. Yours, appreciate it. Well, thank you, Donna. Thank you for popping through to the stream. I know it's been a minute, but we're back. We're helping the people out. That's what we're here for. Dalton says, there is one tiny little problem I did have setting up OBS. I got the Chatlink Pro and plugged in everything like normal. For some reason, I get a slight buzzing noise in the stream with the isolator. So you're telling me you switch the ground isolator on and you still hear it, and then if it's off, you also hear it, like it's a stronger electrical buzz? So you're saying, yep, OBS is, yep. Exactly, Zoom type. OBS is the standard. There are some other good ones out there, such as Streamlabs Desktop. A lot of people use that. Meld Studio people have been using. I've actually seen a lot of the big streamers using Streamlabs Desktop because it's easy to set up. You don't have to fumble with a lot of things. Like I saw iShowSpeed using Streamlabs Desktop. I saw Tfue using Streamlabs Desktop. It's still good. It's still good. Like you don't have to learn OBS to be a big or successful streamer. I'm just saying. It's not mandatory. Not mandatory. Even muting the Elgato audio, it still goes through. So that means if you mute the Elgato audio source, it might be coming from somewhere else. Where else could it be coming through? Like what? So you're the one that has the wave link set up, right? So have you taken a look at all of the audio sources coming through to see where is that sound coming through? Because what I would do in this situation to try to isolate the issue is you got to mute everything and then unmute stuff one at a time. See where that electrical sound is coming from, because it sounds like it's not the Elgato Chatlink Pro cable. It sounds like it's coming from someplace else. So you might need to check your wavelength to see, okay, which of my sources is buzzing? Is it the microphone? Is something going on there? Is there something maybe on the desk that's causing humming sound, or the computer's like right next to the mic? I mean, it could be anything, but you're gonna need to isolate the specific audio source. Thank you, a guy named Devi. Appreciate you. Absolutely. Yep, Creighton is totally correct here with this one. M2 is solid. M1 is solid. All the M's are solid. The Air MacBooks are solid. You can't go wrong. They've really done a good job on those Apple machines, especially as it relates to streaming. That thing is really good. Your voice mod sounds choppy on OBS, but not on Streamlabs. Any idea what can be? That's interesting. Could be, an OBS bug. You could try making sure you're fully updated on OBS. I've also had issues with audio in OBS that has been isolated before, and that was due to the scene collection was funkied. It was funkified. I don't even know what the deal was. And I bet that issue still persists today for me. But all I did was make a new scene. I made a new scene collection, essentially. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this right here. So right now, this is exactly why I made MM Master 2. Because MM Master 1... there was this clicking or like static noise that would just randomly like go click, tick, tick, and it would screw up the audio. Like you would constantly hear this like electrical like shock sound, like and it was subtle. It wasn't like super loud, but you could hear it. And it was only with that scene collection. I still don't know to this day why that was happening. I just made a new scene collection, and as you guys can hear, the audio is good and hopefully remains good. Knock on frickin' wood, man. But like sometimes these little quirky things happen, so that could be one thing you could try. I would also make sure you're updated. You could also try completely removing OBS and uninstalling it, reinstalling it. Like I've done all those things too to help with my issue. But that's something to think about. Something to try, because that helped me. It might help you. Let's see. What other questions do you guys have? My mods are in there running the questions before I can get to them. I love it though. I love it. Tuning in from Arizona. I've been watching your vids for years. You were the only YouTuber I found that explained the HD60 and HD60 Plus differences. Quick question. You don't mention Ecamm Live for streaming. Why so? I mean, I haven't honestly used Ecamm Live. It's not a standard application. Most people for streaming, they're using OBS Studio, Streamlabs Desktop, Meld, Prism Live Studio. You know, those last ones I mentioned, less so. But definitely OBS and Streamlabs Desktop are like, those are the ones that people are using. So that's why I haven't really touched on others like Ecamm. And that's really it. It's just not widely adopted or used. Yeah, audio encoders. Yeah, there can be some differences in the audio quality, but like I've found that they're pretty like minimal. Like I just use FF, MPEG, AAC. Does the job. Pretty good. And anything in Streamlabs that's default. Like there hasn't been any audio encoders I've used that sounded funky. Luckily, so far. Darth Lord says, I still need to give you my thanks again because I'm using your method too in my setup. That means no cables on my controller or headset at all, which is the best. Absolutely. I could not figure that out, man. Yeah, I got you. PS5, they don't make it easy because they don't allow multiple audio outputs. But once you start listening from the computer, you realize that, hey, that's actually totally fine. I'm not, you know, you get to get rid of the cables. It's amazing. And I personally haven't experienced any disadvantages hearing my audio from the computer, especially even for FPS games or in competitive games. So, like, why not? Go wireless, baby. It's awesome. Now, if you're using a wireless headset, then you kind of start getting a little bit too wireless, because then you can start hearing a little bit of delay. Like then it starts to be like, what, 0.5 milliseconds or even a second, maybe not a full second delay. But I've noticed, like if I do Bluetooth connection to the computer and then I'm trying to listen to the audio from OBS, then it can start getting a little bit behind. But if you're just plugged in, wired into the computer, no other cables, it's amazing. I don't like cables coming out of my controller. I that's why I'm so confused at the obsession with using the ChatLink Pro cable, because it is not the move in my opinion. But to each their own. I try to let you guys know. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah, buffer issues are very annoying. I haven't had to deal with buffer sizes in like other software like Streamlabs or OBS, but I have had to deal with it in the Wavelength software, because there's an option in the settings which I could probably show you guys so that you have a visual to go with what I'm saying. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So here's my Wavelength software. This is where everything is flowing through, by the way, right now. Let's go to our settings here, right here, quick, and go to advanced. This is where you can do your buffer sizes. Only like when this software first came out with, on Mac, that is like really the only time I had to change this, because for some reason the audio would go completely robotic. Depending on the buffer size that was set, I think I had to make it smaller to make that robotic audio go away. But like if you have a system and the software isn't funky and it's, the compatibility is well set up, then you don't have to worry about changing buffer sizes, hopefully, too much in your endeavors. I pray, because that is annoying if your audio goes to absolute booty because of buffer sizes. All right, bro, I'm a dip. Catch it in the Discord with a gazillion questions. One love. All good, bro. I don't know if I caught your questions above, but feel free to throw them in there. Yeah, I don't even see where your questions are, my mans. But yeah, bro, all good. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the Discord channel. That goes for everybody. So please join the Discord. Thank you, my friend. Have a good one. Let's see. Eddie, yeah, Eddie's been our answerer. I get in there when I can, but like, to be honest, I'm very busy, so it's like if I go into Discord and I'm spending a lot of time answering questions, and that takes away time I can make a video for you guys. So it's just like, where am I going to put my time? It's tough. But I try to get in there every so often. But that's how we got the stream today, so I'm gonna help you guys. I kind of want to go into Discord. Should we check out the Discord, see what's going on there? let's switch to the Discord. Let's see what questions we got in there. Because there's thank you. First off, yeah, appreciate all of you guys that have joined the Discord. We have a good amount of you that just joined just as of today. So thank you so much. Thank all of you. You guys are awesome. All right, let's see. What do we have in our setup help that has not been answered? I have a ping from you. Is it this one? My stream is mind-blowing? How so? All right, appreciate you, Soaring. Go do what you gotta do, man. Is this the question, Eddie? You think? Okay. And I see some other questions in here too from iFire, so I want to get to your question as well. Let's see if we can knock this one out though too. So, hey everyone, I'm new here. I have a concern, I guess you would say. So I'm concerned about my gaming audio from my PS5. I also use an Elgato ChatLink Pro as well. I'm thinking it's possibly from having the volume too far up. Furthermore, when I record or stream COD, for example, my audio sounds like insanely smushed or bad when explosions or shooting of guns happen. I don't have my volume high for it in OBS due to it. I make sure to keep it in the green in OBS. Could someone possibly explain my issue? That's an interesting one. So using Elgato ChatLink Pro, usually with the ChatLink Pro, the audio is coming in too soft. So I'm surprised it would be mushy, like loud and mushy. Trying to think of like what other variables could be involved here. The link is pinned for the Discord. And you guys can join there. Join up on the Discord. Join the Midnight Army family. And I also offer one-on-one consultations if you guys need it. It's also linked in the description if you guys need my help directly with your particular setup, whatever you need. Go to 53 if you're not in the live stream. Oh yeah. Okay, so they're trying to get an answer for this. This is a weird one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to like think of how the audio could get mushed. It would be very helpful to see what actually happens when an explosion happens, like, because however you're hearing your audio from the ChatLink cable, that's how it should be heard in your software, like in your recording software. I'm wondering how you're also pulling in the audio, because you should be pulling it in as a direct source into OBS. So if you're trying to, and I've actually seen this firsthand from some of the people I've helped in those one-on-one consultations, because I find out things that I'm like, wait a minute, why are you doing that? Like that's why you have this weird issue. So I've seen some people, playing their audio or the game from, let's say, the Elgato software, and then trying to pull it into OBS that way along with the audio. And sometimes that doesn't always sound good, and it also doesn't look good either. So if you're in OBS, make sure you're using the direct sources. It has to be the direct sources, and whatever you're hearing from the chat link cable that's coming from your console, that is what should be heard in OBS. That's what should be picked up. That should be recorded. It should be one-to-one. The audio shouldn't change. And if it does sound like really screwed up, maybe you could have a possible bad cable. You could have a possible bad port to where you're putting the Elgato chat link cable in, whether that be on the capture card side or the insert of the chat link cable itself, but kind of going back to the cable. So that's probably where I would start. See, you can reply to this chat, but just let me know if you are using the direct sources in OBS, because sometimes I've found that they're not always using the direct sources. And feel free to share some screenshots too. I'll try to come back in here and help you and see, if you've gotten any progress. And I would also do a test of just doing it over HDMI too. So unplug the Chatlink Pro cable from your setup and just have it go over HDMI. See what that audio sounds like, because my recommendation for a majority of people is to have the audio being recorded over HDMI instead of the Chatlink cable, because it can just be really finicky. Like if you don't have your cable like perfectly plugged in, or if it comes out accidentally because it's in the way while you're gaming. So I would highly recommend making sure your cable is in good shape in the port, but also just try HDMI. Try HDMI, see what that sounds like. Does it sound better? And make sure you pull that audio down. And really, you want to adjust your game audio for that green area to the loudest points in your game. So you want to shoot your weapon, see how loud that gets, and then you adjust from the loudness of the weapon versus the loudness of like the basic monotone game sound that happens while you're playing. Don't go with the basic sound, the low sound. Go with the highest sound, bring that on in, and then see how your audio is sounding that way too. So hopefully that's able to help you out. Took me a minute to kind of just think it through a little bit, but that's how I would troubleshoot that. But yeah, thank you for your question. I want to go back to the question that I had looked up from iFire. I will go back up to your question, iFire, and see what you had written. When I watch your tutorial videos when on the Elgato 4K-X, when you tell me on audio, when you say monitor and output, it delays on my headphones when live or recording and echoes. Yeah, so sometimes delays can happen if your computer can't keep up with with the input. So that's where the monitor and output thing can kind of be a double-edged sword, I suppose. Like, it's really nice to have all your audio go over HDMI. You have no cables in front of you. You're not using the Chatlink cable. But then if your computer isn't keeping up, you could have some issues. Yeah, let me know. Like, Creighton asked a good question. Like, are you using PC, Mac OS, and then what? Like, how old is it too? So Windows 11, OBS Studio, and then what components do you have? Let us know what components you have. And let me take a look at your first question that you had. I'm sure it ties in. So you said I use the Xbox Series X 4K-X normal when I play GTA Enhanced or any high 100 plus gigabyte game. The screen turns, oh my goodness, you have other issues here. The screen turns black and says no signal for a few seconds. On resume or just launching the game. Yeah, I'd really like to know your PC specs. Like, what the heck is going on here? Because first off, GTA is a very resource intensive game. But if you're playing it on an Xbox, I mean, Xbox does its own thing. Also, the screen goes black because when you start up a game, it's initializing the resolution of that game. So it will go black for a little bit, but then it should come back on. It shouldn't stay off. If it stays off, then something's not supported. But 4KX, the 4KX from Elgato, like supports like all the resolutions, and GTA doesn't have that many crazy resolutions that would not be supported. Like, what's the max resolution GTA comes in? I don't even think it does 4K 60, does it? It's probably like 4K 30. Yeah, I would like to know what all else is in your setup. Yep, good tips, good tips. Yeah, you don't want to have two sources going at the same time. That's just as bad as playing a source out loud and then having it double back through the microphone to echo. Like, you have to check all your audio sources, even hidden ones. I made that mistake once live on this stream, and maybe those of you who've been around here like in the past year remember that. I went live and then that camera was going. So I had that audio going plus this microphone, so it was duplicating and it sounded echoey and horrible, and I was trying to figure out what the freaking issue was. And turns out I had a hidden source. I had a hidden source from my cam link that I didn't realize was coming through, which I could turn it on right now. Now you guys can hear my audio duplicating. See how you don't want this? You do not want audio like this. You do not want it, so make sure your audio isn't duplicating. Learn the lesson. Remember that? Oh man, that was brutal. Check your audio, guys. See, I just did that intentionally right now, but there was a time before it wasn't intentional. I was losing my mind. Like, where is that audio source coming from? Oh my God. So just double check. Just take a look. Make sure you don't have hidden audio sources and you're chilling. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. 4KX is one of the tops right now, especially for the external space. If you guys saw my my tier list, I did put the 4KX in S tier, which means it is a top tier capture card. Right next to the AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra 2.1, which is also excellent, and they're like neck and neck. AverMedia and Elgato's HDMI 2.1 cards. That was an exciting time when those came out, but I think we're like at a stalemate now for capture cards. I don't think much new stuff is going to come out. I just hope we can get cheaper cards, which has kind of already been happening. Like, the next step up would be like doing 8K with an external capture card. That'd be pretty wild. We're not quite there yet. In Elgato's 4K, was it? Yeah, the 4K Mark II the 4K Pro Mark II can pass 8K 60, which is insane, but it can't record in 8K. So we're just not there yet. And who the heck here is using 8K? I would love to know if anybody here in this chat is using 8K. I'm gonna pick your brain on 8K. Insane. Like, there's barely any 8K monitors out there. Please, I'm good. You don't need to gift me Battle Pass. It's okay, because I think I'm going to get the Crew Pass. That's what they call it, right? The Crew Pass, so I can get free skin, free V-Bucks, and in the Battle Pass with it. So that's a good deal. And then I wait till the next month's skin comes out, and then I cancel it. Because we ain't trying to pay that. We ain't trying to pay that, bro. All right, you have a GeForce 4060 RTX. Got it 1 year ago. Yeah, that's a beast. You shouldn't be having issues with that. And you're also all up to date. Your drivers, from top to bottom, from Windows to OBS being updated, the graphics drivers, CPU driver, everything is updated. You got the Odyssey G7 monitor, goes up to 4K 120. I mean, guys, what games support 8K60? That's what I'm saying. With the 4KX, like everything's supported. You shouldn't be having black screen. Xbox, it does not have the HECP stuff. That's a PS5 thing. Yeah, man. You must be from the future, dude. You're insane. You should reset your PC. I have a lot of apps on it. Yeah, running a lot of stuff doesn't help either. But still, it should work. It should work, man. That's weird. Make sure your cables are all good too, because that's another very important piece. And maybe I don't know. Are you using two HDMI 2.1 cables? Especially with the 4KX, since it is, you know, an HDMI 2.1 capable device, those cables have to be good. And that also goes for the USB-C cable that's coming from the capture card too. It has to be a super speed cable. All these things have to be right on the money, or else there could be weird issues happening. So I would take a look at that as well. Make sure all your cables are what they should be. That way, when you get into a game, everything's going. 4K 120 is good. But even still, like, it should, like, the console should know what's the maximum resolution that it can output for a game, and it just adjusts. And 4K, the 4KX should also adjust. So that's a weird one. Yep, correct. Yep, everything. The right cables, everything has to be set up correctly. Yep. All right. What you got here, Josh? I went to upgrade my streaming setup. I'm a mobile gamer. I use the capture card, so I want to know what computer I need. Either laptop, MacBook, or PC. Well, that's going to be dependent on your requirements. So, like, are you going to be on the go a lot? Do you know, since you're a mobile gamer, are you going to be wanting to capture gameplay while you're away? Do you not want to have a hunky, bulky setup? Or are you going to be trying to kind of have a powerhouse of a machine or a PC to where it'll be stationary somewhere, and you just, you know, plug your stuff in and you record your gameplay videos that way? So it's really going to be dependent on what you want. I do have like a shop where I do recommend some computers that you can check out. You don't have to buy from it, but it's just some recommendations. You want to stream 1080p while recording at 2K. Yeah. So yeah, you can do that. Yep, you can do that. So first off, I'll just share my Amazon page just so you know that I do have like recommendations for computers that you can get, so that you can do things such as record in 2K, stream in 1080p, and not have a lot of issues. So linked in the description, you'll see this. And then right here is where I have a lot of the PCs that you guys can check out. Boom, 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 boom. And I try to keep this updated. Sometimes stuff goes off the market, but these are all really good pre-builds you can get. And The Mac, any Mac is going to be good. Any silicon-based chip Mac is going to be really good. Sounds good, my friend. Thank you so much for staying for so long, helping people out. I do truly, truly appreciate you. You have a great night, Eddie. And happy holidays to you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. It's probably like, oh my gosh, it's really late for you. It's almost 4, I bet. Yeah, please get some sleep, my friend. But yeah, I have that Amazon page in case you guys want to check that out. It's linked below. But as for streaming in the right quality that you want, I'll also show you that as well.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see.
Yo, thank you, Darth Lord Raven, for the $6 super chat.
You really have to see it.
At Darth-Lord-Raven donated €6 through SuperChat.
Thank you, my friend.
I appreciate all of your help. Without it, I would struggle for another year.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you, M8. And guys, you need to invest in good stuff hard with Ribbon for about 10 years.
Yeah, it's worth it. Sometimes you just need to, I would say, save up and get what you need so that it'll last. But yeah, Darth Lord Raven, I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Glad I was able to help you, and thank you for returning the tips and the favor back to the audience here. So I do appreciate it. So real quick, back onto the settings. If you want to stream in 1080p first, or stream in 1080p, record in 2K, first off, in your video settings, you're going to want to set this to be 2K. So it'd be 1440p quality. You can do that for the base and the output. Do that for the base and the output. And then for your stream output, you can have this option right here. It says rescale the output. You can rescale it to be 1920 by 1080. Just make sure that you enable it and you make sure 1920 by 1080p is selected. That now when you stream, it'll be pushed in 1080p. And then for your recording, whenever you select record, it'll take the base canvas, it'll take the output canvas of what you set here. So that'll be 2K quality. And that's really all there is to it. You'll have a 2K recording and then a 1080p stream. Pretty easy, pretty chill. Yes, 2560 by 1440p is the correct dimensions. Correct. See you, Eddie. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you for being such an avid helper in the Discord. Thank you. Yeah, of course, my friend. And hopefully those settings help you out a little bit there too. And I'm going to be releasing a recording guide coming up here in the next couple days or so. Before the end of the year, I'm going to release a video on the best settings you can implement in OBS strictly for recording. It'll be focused on Windows users, but then I'm going to do another video sometime in January for the Mac users. So you guys will have guides on all of the different, or at least Mac and Windows, and for streaming and recording. The stream settings that I released a couple days ago, those will apply for Windows or Mac, but the recording settings are a little bit different between Mac and Windows. So I'll do them separately. I'll do separate videos for them, but there's so many similarities. Like it's like once you figure out like how you can make your stream or recordings look good, you kind of get the hang of it. It's easier than you guys think, but I figure I just release the content on it so you guys have the information. Nah, I'm trying to, I don't want to dabble in this one too much. I think the stream one still applies, the streaming video I did, but the recording one, I mean, I guess it could work too. It could work. Yeah, it could work. But Intel chip processors, like, dude, this is 6 years ago now. 6 years ago, when Intel chip Macs were kind of being phased out. So I'm trying to keep things on the current side if I can, but the settings will apply. Absolutely. You just got to use the hardware encoder on the old Macs. But I'll say it here, and I'll keep saying it. Dual core machines, those will not work. Those won't work in any circumstances. Those dual core CPU systems are still floating out and about, and they are not. You will not do anything with your stream or recordings if you have a dual core machine. Stay away from dual cores. Please tell them Midnight Man said no dual cores if you're in the store talking to a salesman and they're trying to convince you to get a cheap computer so they can get a sale. Don't do it. If it only has 2 cores, run away. Run out the door. Run the opposite direction. Absolutely, Big Mike. Thank you for popping through, though, by the way. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Hope you're doing good. And I hope your health is all Gucci as well. Yeah, man. This is the time, man. We gotta get on 20. You gotta get on a new Mac. Trust me, man. Once you get on it, it's amazing. So good. I'm so happy I'm away from Intel. I guess not completely because my girlfriend, I gave her my old Mac, so she has the Intel Mac now, which works for what she needs it. But if you guys are streaming and recording gameplay, you're doing resource intensive tasks, you need the power. And if you want to stay in the Mac ecosystem, any of the new silicon chips are great. They're seriously great, guys. All right, I'll look forward to that. Yep, the video's coming on the recording features. I have to go right now. Little game, as it is almost 6 a.m. here. Wow. Jeez, it's late. Well, thank you so much for coming through, Darth Lord Raven. Also appreciate the super chat. I'll catch you in the next one. And you have a great rest of your year with what's left of it here. Only a couple more days, guys. Absolutely insane. Well, no, she won't. No, she won't. She's thrifty. She's very thrifty. We were just in this. I took her phone to the Apple store today because it had some sort of power issue, and the salesman there is trying to convince me, like, you should update to the new iPhone. It's real good. I'm like, I know it's good, and we don't need it. We're good. We're good. I know it's good, but no. So yeah, we're not trying to, like, unless I have a video project with the tech, I'm not going out of my way to get it. I will look at videos on it just to be knowledgeable on what's new, and come to find out, very little things are new with these new phones and computers that come out. Very incremental upgrades. So that's why I just have no. I don't have any intention on constantly upgrading. I'm out of that hamster cycle wheel. No thanks. Because there's barely any differences. I have my iPhone 14 Pro Max here. I'm not missing anything that comes out new. I'm good. And I still film videos on this too, like for B-roll, extra shots. I film those, put them on this channel. It does a good job. All right, what you got here, iFire? So on OBS Studio, when adding 4K camera, it automatically comes with audio. Yep. Input capture, and on your other videos, you say to add another audio input capture. So that's only. Sorry, hold on. Had to let that out. So that's only if you don't see your audio source come through. So, like, especially for Mac users, we don't always get the audio source added automatically, like on Windows. Sometimes on Windows users, they don't always get it. But if you don't see it, that's when you add the audio input capture source and then select the capture card so you can get that audio to come through. That's a direct way of pulling in the audio. Otherwise, if you're getting the audio to come through, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just some people have different scenarios that pop up, so I just wanted to cover it in that video. You streamed your Xbox 360 earlier today, brought it out of retirement. Oh my goodness, the 360. Man, that's a classic at this point, an antique. But the games are great on it. So many good games, man. Remember when we were constantly getting new games on like the 360 to PS3 and like the PS2 original Xbox? We got so many games like constantly. Now things are just a little bit different. We don't get such a tsunami of games. And those games back in the day were good too. They had to be complete. But I guess now with the the improvements in tech and graphics, maybe more is expected out of the games now. It takes more to make them as high quality as they as they are today. Like the bar is set pretty high. So now we're getting a lot less. I just miss getting all those GTAs like every 2 years. That was kind of nice for a minute. Now we're waiting for a long time. Yep. iPhone 14 Pro Max and 17 Pro Max for all my videos works. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds.
Yo, thank you, Josh, for the super chat.
Make me wanna dribble, dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see
Appreciate you, my friend.
At Josh_Infinite01 donated 4,900 Nigerian Nairas through SuperChat. Thanks a lot. Your videos have been super helpful. Please, which computer would you recommend, specifically PC specs, laptop, or MacBook?
All right, I will get to your question next. I was just taking a look at this question real quick, and then I'll go to yours. We'll take a look, and I'll answer you. Yo Butters asks, is a AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT and AMD Ryzen 7 5700X a good PC for stream? Yes, absolutely. You're in okay shape. You're in okay shape. Maybe not on the highest end of gaming, but in streaming, but you're fine. You will be Gucci, my friend. Yeah, thank you for this donation, Josh. Truly appreciate it. So which computer would you recommend, specifically PC specs, laptop, or MacBook? So I've answered this question a couple different ways, but it's going to come down truly to your requirements. What do you need? So let's say you are a person that wants to I'm a little under the weather. I apologize. I haven't talked this much, so now my throat just gets like it wants to hurl for some reason. I don't know. But this is going to come down to what you need for your setup, and I can give you some options based off of what you might need. So if you need something that's more mobile, you need to be on the go. You want to capture things let's say in your hotel room or something like that. You just need that mobility. Then you're going to want to get some sort of laptop. I really like the MacBook Pro space, having a MacBook Pro. I personally am using the M1 Max MacBook Pro here, which is an absolute beast of a machine. If I were to get a Mac today, it'd probably either be an M3 Max or M4 Max if I could find one on sale, or if I had the cash and I was in good shape, I would just spec out an M5 Max or even M5 Pro and go with that. These are very solid computers. I have a little dent in here. As long as the screen works, Yeah, very solid, very durable, and they're beast. Maybe if you're on the go, you might not want such a big laptop. This is a 16 inch. I don't go that many places. I just like to be able to take my computer and edit upstairs, or maybe go to a freaking coffee shop and edit. somewhere every so often, and this is fine for me. But if you are even more so on the go and you need something even more portable, then go for a 14-inch MacBook Pro. But make sure it is a Pro, because those have the most power. You're going to be able to do like 2K, 4K recordings and live streams, and your quality is going to be great and it's going to be solid. But make sure you're sticking with the newer stuff, the silicon-based machines, not the Intel ones, and you'll be good to go. And Intel ones you shouldn't buy by accident anyways, because they haven't been sold in 6 years. So you should be good either way. But that's what I would get on the MacBook side of things. For the PCs, I actually have an Amazon page that I will share out here. But if you click the link in the description below, there's a link that also takes you to my recommended streaming and gaming PC. So I would stick within this hemisphere of specs. I think these are good ones to go with. Me personally, I am rocking a 5070 for my GPU. For the CPU, I have an AMD Ryzen 7. I think it's a 7800X. Yes, I believe that's what it is. Let me double check. I just haven't looked at it in a minute. But I believe that is the CPU that I'm rocking. I could have gone with the 7800X3D, which is like I got people coming at me saying, why did you get a less superior CPU when you could have just spent $200 more for the better CPU? Well, I didn't need all that power personally. The stuff I do in my PC works perfectly fine. So it's okay. It's all right. But that would be the ideal CPU you want to get. I'm pretty sure it's a 7800X3D would be like that top one. So yeah, I got the 7700X. That's the one I got. It's 8-core, 16-thread CPU. That's what I got, and it's a beast. It works great. But the standard one that a lot of people are getting is the 7800X3D, which you could look up here. Let me pull up my little go on Amazon over here.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure, and make you wanna dribble dribble. You know,
Yeah, this bad boy
right into
here.
my fear. You really
Yo,
have
thank
to
you,
see
Josh,
it.
for the super chat. Appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, this one right here. 7800X3D. One of the standards. Absolute freaking beast of a CPU. So if you can find something with this in it, you're going to be more than golden. And then any modern GPU, like if you get you can get a 50 series, which is really good. Like the 5070 that I have here is really good. 5080, you can get a 5070 like Super Ti. 5080 is great. And then also like even 4070, 48, like from NVIDIA, all those cards are good. I would stick to those if you're going to get a new GPU. Also, the AMD equivalents are great too. I'm not gonna lie, they're good too. Like you'll get all of the newest encoding features. They're highly efficient. I've had no problems with any of those GPUs being able to capture gameplay. But I have a stationary desktop PC set up here, and I'm not looking to be mobile with that. But it's a beast. It's a beast as well. But those specs I just mentioned, those do align with this page here of the PCs I recommend. So definitely go check this out. Any of these I think are good. And if you need to go PC, gaming, laptop, these ones are pretty nice as well down here. Nice refresh rates on the screen. These will work perfectly for streaming. You have good CPUs in these. Like, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with any of these. And luckily, some of them are still in, production, which is great. Like, we can take a look at this. Has a 3050 in it. I probably would update this soon to be like 40, but for the price, it's not too bad. I would still recommend going for a 40s or a 50 in your laptop if you're going to go the laptop route. 50s might not actually be available on laptops yet because they have to condense that big GPU into a smaller, compact variation, which is not as powerful. So if it were me, I would do any of the PCs that I show here of your liking. I think all these are very good. Whatever's in your budget range, go with one of those. And then I would, if you want to go the laptop route, go with an M4 Max or M4 Pro, M5 Pro, maybe the 14-inch if you're going to be very mobile with it, with yourself. And you need good editing software. Final Cut Pro is perfect on the MacBook Pros as well. So it's going to come down to those little fine-tuned requirements, but that's exactly what I'm running. I'm running a PC like that, and then I have my MacBook Pro, and it works perfect for me. But yeah, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Hopefully that is able to help you out. Those links are in the description for my recommendations, so that you can get what you need. What you need there, Josh. Josh coming back in again with a super chat. I game only when I'm at my gaming desk, only at home. Then go with the desktop. Then it'll shoot you for gaming. It'll shoot you for recording and streaming. And then what you need to do is get a internal PCIe capture card. Like if you have one of these types of systems, you can put those into one of the PCIe slots. Like right here, see, down in there. It's hard to see, but essentially you can take off one of the brackets there that you see going horizontal, and you can plug in a capture card, an external capture card, so you can get the best quality recordings. And like these are the best recordings you can get, honestly. Least latency, really, really good. I would say one that I can show you is the Live Gamer. Actually, I also have that in my shop as well. I have my capture card recommendations. Yeah, if you take a look here, I have a page for my capture cards right here. So if you go here, you can see the ones I recommend. And I think that this one's really good from AverMedia. This is the Live Gamer 4K 2.1. This card right here. And it's a very good price, $160. It's actually cheaper than their HDMI 2.1 external capture card, which is absolutely mad. Freaking wild. But any of these cards are great. These are like my top picks. But if you have a PC, man, just do this. You can even run a dual setup if you want, but this is mainly for if you have like a PS5 or something, you want to pull that into the computer. That sort of thing. Not for like capturing on the computer itself, because you would just do a game capture, input in OBS. But thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Yeah, please do. And just let me know if you have any questions. You can ping me in the Discord if you like. And, you guys can all keep an eye on that page, because I try to keep it updated as much as possible. Probably need to give it a nice 2026 refresh. So we'll see what new stuff is out there. I'll take some time to put some new things in there. Why didn't you mute when you... I did a couple times. I can't get it every time. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to cough before I can mute. But hey, bro, I will try to not send you a disease through the internet. I won't disease you through the internet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ribos and Card is really good. It's a beast. Hey, appreciate it, JHC 1995. I'm glad you guys are getting your setups up and running, man. Like that's all I want to help with. If you guys got new equipment, please let me know, and I can help you if you're having issues here. That's why we're doing the setup help live. So I'll go back through and see if we got questions I haven't answered. Yo, can I get a channel review? So that is not this stream, but we will be doing that in the new year, like very, very early in the new year. So we'll be reviewing channels again, and I'll be helping you guys that need some help on your channels. We'll be doing that very, very soon. And have you guys seen the blow up of Burnt Peanut? That guy is on fire right now. Like, he's the hottest thing in gaming, like streaming right now. Like, congrats to him. That's amazing. But he's a good example of what it takes to really thrive in this space. Like, you have to have a unique angle, you know, something that doesn't look like everybody else, and be extremely entertaining and exciting. You know, have a vibe that people like. And that can be a chill vibe too, but you know, for him it's an exciting, semi-obnoxious vibe and funny, and it worked. It worked. I think he's live right now. You guys don't have to abandon my stream for him though. He will scream at your face. There we go. I muted my mic for you, I fire. Just for you, man. Just for you. So you don't catch my disease through the stream. On OBS, when adding 4K camera, it automatically comes with audio input capture in your other videos. Yeah, so I covered that earlier, but don't ignore that. Ignore that if you get your audio to come through automatically. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that audio. Check out this question from Bub. They are using the Ripos and capture card. Yeah, let me go up. Let me see what you got. Okay, here we go. How do I hear the audio from my capture card? Because when I play Mario Kart World, it drives me crazy that I can't hear the audio. You don't want to play like that, bro. I don't even know if it's the capture card. Okay, so I'm sure in this case, you're probably passing that audio over HDMI. So if you see it coming through OBS, you're in luck. You can hear that audio if it's coming through. So what you're going to want to do, and this hopefully will be a quick fix for you. So take a look at my OBS right now. You see my audio mixer? So what we're going to do is actually just right click. You're going to find your advanced audio properties. I know it's kind of blocking. The screen's being blocked right now. You can also select the settings icon down there. If you guys can see that. Here, I'll move it there. See the settings icon right there? It's highlighting. So select that. That'll bring up this window. And for your capture card audio, you're going to want to monitor and output it. That way you can hear it, but it's also recorded at the same time. You can also listen to your audio if you have a gaming monitor. You can plug in your headphones into that monitor and you can hear your game audio that way. So yeah, there should be no reason you can't listen to your audio, because that just, it takes away from the gameplay and gaming experience. Like, your viewers will be okay, but then you're not like having as much fun because you want to hear it. You want to hear what's going on. So that should set you straight, bub. Monitor and output. And as long as it's going over HDMI through the capture card, you should be able to hear it. You should be in good shape. All right, AB the Gamer 23 says, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I need help setting up an Astro A50X with my PS5 stream with an Elgato 4KX. Which motherboard for a PC setup would work best? Looking to buy soon. Okay, luckily I've had to buy a motherboard recently, so I can just give you the one that I got. I would recommend it. I've had no issues with it. Has a ton of ports and it's great. So I will tell you that in just a second. For the Astro A50X PS5 stream setup with the 4KX, I'm gonna send you a video on my channel because it is, you know, since I don't use the Astros like that, it's not off the top of my head, but I did do a video on it where I went in detail. I studied the headset with how to use it with the capture card, and I got it to work. I did get it to work, so I will send you the video that I did on that video. Oh, what the heck am I saying? I will send you the video that I did that on. So it was this one right here. Building the perfect streaming setup for PS5, M4 Mac Mini, plus the Astro A50X. Even if you have a PC, this video will still apply to you. I'm gonna copy this out. I'm gonna throw it in the chat for you. Follow that video to a T and it will work. The part that you have to pay a little bit closer attention to is where you put the capture card between the Astros and the PS5 in your computer. That has to be put at a certain part. So from what I recall from doing this video, and just double check the video so that it's correct, just double check. I had the PS5 HDMI going into the Astros, and then from the Astros, that is when I outputted to the capture card, I think. I mean, shoot, you know what? Why are we?
Right
let's
now,
not ponder.
Which is critical
Let's
for streaming,
not ponder.
by the way.
Let's not ponder any further. I'm gonna look at the diagram I made on this video because I don't know. I'm not gonna give you guys bad information because that's not cool. All right, here we go. Let's take a peek. Where is that diagram? Yeah, see here, this is where it happens.
So that'll be a total of 3 HDMI
yeah, 3 HDMI cables
all
all together.
To support.
All right. So, yes, PS5. See on the left side, We'll make it a little bigger here for you guys so you see. PS5 on the left, and I'll remove your comment just so you can see it, see everything here. This is what you're gonna need to do. This still watch the video, but this is what the setup looks like, right? So on the left side, you have the PS5. You're gonna need an HDMI cable to go from the PS5 to the capture card. Then you're gonna need another HDMI cable to go from the HDMI out of the capture card to go to the base station, the HDMI input of the base station. That's on the far top left side. Then you're gonna need one more HDMI cable. So that's 3 total HDMI cables that goes from the HDMI out of the base station to the monitor or the TV you're using. That's on that right side of the diagram. And then you're gonna need 2 more cables, not HDMI cables, but these are gonna be 2 super speed USB-C cables or Thunderbolt cables, whatever. Call it USB-C 3.0 cables. You're gonna need one to go from the base station to the PS5. That connects the base station with the PS5, so you get the audio and all the features for using the headset with the PS5. And then you're gonna need another USB-C cable to go from the capture card to the computer that you're using, or USB-C to USB-A 3.0, which is what you see at the bottom left with the Mac involved there. But just put your PC there. That way everything is connected up properly. So if you have this backwards or in some other position, like where you have the PS5 outputting directly to the base station and the base station to the capture card, That's not how you'd want to do this. It would not flow correctly. What you see here is the PS5 flowing to the capture card first. Flows to the capture card first, then to the base station, and then the base station to the monitor. See, that's how the HDMI flow should run. See, it's all coming back to me now that I pulled up this diagram. Amazing. But yeah, dude, hopefully that is able to help you out with the Astro A50X headset setup, and you'll be able to get your audio flowing through and everything will be running very nicely. You will still need a second mic though to record your commentary, because the mic on the Astros is for the PS5 to talk to chat on, well, really the team, talk to your teammates or your friends on the PS5, not for commentary. So have another mic, just like you see me. I have a mic right here. You're gonna need another mic for commentary in your videos. Now, as for motherboard, I believe I got the Eagle Wi-Fi X870 motherboard. So I would just recommend what I got. That's what I'm using personally. It's freaking solid. It's a beast. Works well. Yeah, X870 Eagle Wi-Fi motherboard. Pull that on up. Yeah, this is what I got here. I've had no issues with this board whatsoever. Really good. I think it's fairly priced too. So this would be my recommendation. Very easy to install too, so you don't need the stupid IO shield to be put on the case and all that. Like, it has the IO shield on it, which is nice. On the back there, right here. Oh, you guys can't see it. My bad. This is it right here. X870 Eagle Wi-Fi. It's an AM5 CPU socket type, so it's newer. But I've had no problems with this board, and it has the IO shield here on the back, so it's good. So I recommend it. And obviously 500 other plus people this month will like it too. And it has good reviews, so I mean, it's solid. Solid choice. But yeah, thank you for your question, man. Hey, they're hyping it up, dude. I was just on the site today. Because I was like, I know the M5 isn't out. And then I checked, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, the M5 Pros are not out yet. Oh, hold on a sec. The 14 inches out. Where is the 16 inch? Is there no 16 inches? Is it just 14 inch? Man, I am behind the times with what's going on right now. But I knew the M5s are out. So you can get either an M5, M4 Pro, or M4 Max. So yeah, that is where we are. Very good point, though. Very good point. We're at the M5, and the M5 Pro and M5 Max will probably be later this year. But yeah, guys, any of these are great for streaming, recording gameplay. Very good options. Very good options. Expensive, but yeah. And they have the 16-inch options, a 14-inch, a little bit more portable, and some people like that. So if you don't care as much about a little bit more screen space, then go for the 14-inch. It's still very good. Obviously, 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU. Guys, like, this is a beast for recording. And this is just the M5. You can get an M4 Pro, an M4 Max. Like, my goodness. It's about the same price. And that is just, that's expensive. Look how expensive that is, guys. Oh my goodness. $3,200. That is a lot, but that's what the Apple ecosystem is asking for. Good stuff. Let's see. So when you say double or echo, is it possible to mean duplicate same audio sources, like the same ones, like the capture card audio repeated? Yeah, totally. Yeah, you could have multiple sources going at the same time. They really should line up when they're going, but it should like be a louder single source. But sometimes it's not always the case. So just double check audio sources, make sure they're not duplicating. You could have multiple mic sources. Like I just showed it earlier in this stream, to where I have this audio source here. I'm not using this audio source, but see how bad it sounds when it's duplicating. You want to check your audio sources so you don't hear anything like this. You know, you don't want that. Just, you gotta check. Don't have multiple audio sources that could feed, and don't have anything playing out loud either. Anything playing out loud can be picked up through the mic, which will also double and repeat the audio. Thor says, I have a PS5 and an Xbox Series S. I bought a 5-fine USB mic and the budget capture card you recommended. I'm currently trying to use all this on my TV with my M1 MacBook Air. Any suggestions? I mean, it'll work. What's your problem with it? What's not working with it? It'll definitely work if you hook it all up correctly. It'll definitely work. Let me know if there's like a specific thing that you're having a problem with, and I can try to help if you're running into, you know, a particular issue. How do you have the chat messages popping up on the screen? It's magic, bro. Come on. I just wave my hand and it just works. I am actually using a plugin for these. It's called the Live Chat Overlay plugin. I'm trying to see if I can. It's this bad boy right here. I just pulled it up. Live chat overlay. I can send you guys the GitHub, and you should be able to download, or it should be on the should be able to download the plugin a little easier than that. Should be off the Chrome Web Store. Yeah, right here. This is what I'm using. So go to the Chrome store, type in live chat overlay. You add the plugin to your Chrome. So like I have it enabled. And then when you go to YouTube and you go to the live stream dashboard, then it'll pull up. But what you'll have to do is actually open up a separate window. So like, see, I don't have my chat window here. I've actually pulled it up in a separate one because I have it over here, and I can click any of your guys's chats like that, and it'll pop up. It's really handy. And then I also have a URL over here too that I had to copy. I can probably pull that over. See, I have this URL. I have a URL at the top here. It's on the top left-hand side. You can't really see it. But that I have to put in as a browser source into OBS. And then I can have the chat messages pop up just like that. Pretty nice little plugin. But the overlay thing tells you how to use it. So definitely go check it out. It's nice. Makes the streams a little bit more engaging, I'd say. That's actually coming very soon. I thought about this like a month ago, and I'm like, I should do like reviewing gaming setups or streaming setups. So I'm gonna try to put something together. We can make that happen. So you guys can submit your setups and I can review it live on stream. I've done them like 2 times before, but I did them in video format. It would have been way cooler to do it in a live stream format. So I'm going to make this happen. Just be patient, join the Discord. I'll let everybody know there first. And then the rest of the folks will find out on the YouTube channel via the post tab. But yes, it's coming. I want to do that. It's gonna be lit. Let's see. I think there was another question I wanted to hit, and I lost it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Unkeezy. Unless somebody got, yeah, Creighton might have got to your question. Unkeezy is just trying to use his Elgato H60X with OBS. And when I connect to the source, it gives that message. I feel I have to change settings, but not sure which ones. And the original message was PS5 MacBook M4 setup here. When I add the capture card device, I'm told incompatible output resolution. Any help? What resolution are you trying to push? And does the capture card support it? Like what are you trying to push? Like, are you just trying to do like 1080p, 60, just normal stuff? I'll try to catch up in the chat here. iFire saying I'm trying to get this resolved so I wouldn't have to use a different pair of headphones connected to my controller. If you're talking about the Echo on the PlayStation 5, that has been a bug for, God, I don't know how long. I'm guessing it's not fixed yet, but I thought you had an Xbox, so that shouldn't be the issue. The PS5 has had a bug where there's been an echo, persistent echo when playing with other people. So I have to get that, that person that's echoing to change their microphone to stop the echo. But that doesn't sound like that's your problem. You have audio playing in another spot. You might need to close all of your apps down. Like if you have a lot of stuff running, close everything down. Close everything down and bring things back one by one, slowly. You have to zone in on the specific issue. You got to find the source, and to do that, you have to take away things. You can't just have everything up and running and hope you stumble upon the issue. You gotta shut everything down. You gotta exit everything out. Close out all the audio sources and drill down to where the audio is echoing. Where is it duplicating? What app? What source? What browser? Where is it coming from? You can't have a whole bunch of stuff running because who knows where the audio is coming from. You have to be an investigator. That's the only way, because without me being on your computer, I can't tell where that audio is coming from or where it could be duplicating. You can even try another pair of headphones. You can do that. Try another pair that's laying around, but you might still be hearing the same echo. It may not be the headphones, but that's like just part of the troubleshooting. Start with the audio sources that are coming through to your computer. See if you can find where the problem is originating from. Yo, what's good, Anonymous 127.0? Says, hello, sir. How are you? I'm doing well. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for popping through to the stream. Anonymous asked, any fix on party chat audio? So party chat audio for where? If it's PS5, that audio will flow through automatically, either with Chatlink Pro cable or over HDMI. It'll come through. And if it's not, you can always double check your audio settings on your PS5 and make sure that it is going with your game audio. It should all really be together automatically though. I've only had the instance where I'm using a controller without a microphone plugged in or a headset plugged in, and I have it over HDMI. In that case, I had to plug in a microphone into the PS5 to get the chat audio from going out of the PS5 the controller speaker, which is goofy. Like, I don't want my chat audio coming through the PS5 controller speakers. Really weird. But simple fix is just plugging in a microphone into the PS5, and that'll stop that mess from happening. Because if you're using the PS5 controller as the audio source for chatting, then it's just going to return the chat audio to the PS5 controller, which is, it's goofy, but that's how it works. But yeah, that's the fix for it. You plug in another microphone. Other than that, I haven't seen issues getting party chat audio to come through it. It flows with the game audio. If that's with PS5, I think that's what you're referring to. He said, I'll watch our YouTube setup again. I have to have something wrong in the settings as far as resolution. Yeah, you may. I don't recall encountering that error. Like, if anything, I'd get a black screen before I get like an error pop up. So just also make sure you're updated on, your OBS. Make sure you're up to date there. And that goes for like your graphics drivers too. Yeah. I don't recommend it. I tried using it a while ago. It was so glitchy. The audio sources weren't working. On Mac, it was horrendous. It was dumpster fire on Mac OS. So I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this. Like, the audio just wasn't working. Any sources and things I tried to set up, nothing. It's like a brick. I hear it is better today. I haven't had the time to honestly test it again recently and update everything, but like when I played with it like a year and a half, 2 years ago, it was just not it. And plus the quality, the gameplay quality you get out of it is not high. Like, the PS5 can support up to 4K 120, and that thing is capped at 4K 60 at most. So like, if I'm playing a Call of Duty, for example, I want 120. I can't get that with that. So I don't think it's worth it, which is why I placed it where I did in my tier list. For those of you that watched my capture card tier list video. Good question. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Not sure on that one. We can look it up though. Should be a quick, easy Google search. Saying yes, 1080p. It basically tells me H260X does not support resolution upscaling. Please reduce the device output resolution. Are you playing lower resolution and upscaling to like 4K or something like that? Is this is on PS5? Are you playing on PS5? Anything on PlayStation 5 should be true resolution. This isn't the Xbox Series S. The S upscales, certainly. But even still, it shouldn't error out like that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-sies. I'm going to look up your error code. Ah. Okay. Interesting. So I should have probably mentioned this throughout the stream, but making sure you're plugged into the right port. So no slow ports. So I mentioned like the cables and all that, like fast cables. So the port has to be fast as well. So if it's a gray port, USB 2.0, that can cause you issues. You got to be using USB 3.0. So like the blue USB looking port, because if you're using a slow one, it can't pass the data. So that could potentially be a problem for you and maybe some other folks that are having issues with their capture card blacking out and all that. Like it has to be in a USB 3.0 port. Yeah, try that out. That goes for the same thing for Macs. I know it doesn't have those USB ports, USB-A ports, but for the Thunderbolt ports, you have to use the correct cable in this case. The ports are going to be fast, it's fine. But the cable is very important. You can't just use any USB-C cable. It won't have the proper speeds and specs to push the data through. So use the cable that came in the box with the capture card. That's always going to be the best go-to in that scenario. He's probably pushing a high bit rate. High bit rate, and if you're a big streamer on Twitch, you're allowed to push high bit rates. Plus, he might be able to record, stream at the same time, in whatever quality he wants. Also, like you can have replay buffer going on OBS, and when you press like you can press your capture the replay buffer button, which would allow you to, let's say, get the last 20 to 30 seconds of footage that happened, and you can get really nice quality gameplay. It's like a full-on recording without having to record. Like something cool happens, you just clip it and you can edit it later. So you can get, really nice looking gameplay that way too. All these guys are just using high bit rates, or using the right quality formats, or using CQP for recording. That's going to be in my next video coming up. My last video in the year is the recording resolutions. So use CQP as your rate control option in your settings in OBS. Use CQP and set the number to like 20 to 23, or if you don't have a lot of space on your computer, set it a little bit higher. But you'll be good with that, and you're going to have great looking gameplay. It's going to be looking so clean. You're not going to be looking all pixely and blotchy. You're not going to have that. But I have a video coming out on it soon, so I won't spoil, I guess, everything. I mean, that is kind of everything, but yeah. So would I recommend a combination of Elgato 4K capture card plus 4Q Vocaster 2 versus the Rode Streamer X? I have not tried the Focusrite. Why did I call it Focusrite? It's Focusrite. I have not tried the Focusrite Voicecaster 2. I personally just like using my software mixer here. This is my mixer. I used to use a virtual mixer. I don't use a hardware mixer. If there was a cheap option I'd recommend, it would definitely be the Five Fine gaming mixer. Is that what they call it? Or just the Five Fine mixer. but I think this one's pretty good. Is it super advanced? No, but it's nice, simple, it's good, it works, and I like it. I think it's good. And there's also the Rode Caster Duo, which is more for podcasting, for like passing capture card through it. I honestly had issues with this too. The PS5 audio would go tinny after like maybe 4 or 5 minutes of gaming on the PS5, and I was like, what's the deal? And I even reached out to Rode about it, and they're like, well, it's probably PlayStation's fault. And I'm like, sure, okay, whatever you say. So I haven't heard from them since on what the deal is with the audio on that device. But I don't know why I've had so many issues with Rode mixers and the audio. It's funky, especially when you're trying to mix in it's just like the mixture with the gameplay stuff. The mixers themselves are excellent. They're really good by themselves. But when you're adding in the gameplay recording element and passing that, it just goes so wrong for these devices. So I don't know what to say. They just don't work well. But for this one, for the Fifine Gaming audio mixer here, I can have audio go through analog or line in. See right there? That's where you can take the chat link cable if you want to go that route. Plug it in, and you can have your game audio going that way, and then you can control it with the dials, with the line in dial. See, the second dial works really well, works good. And then you have your microphone via the XLR input, and you can control your mic audio that way. You can control the headphones for how loud something is. Works pretty well. And then there's also line out. If you have a line out, line into your computer, so you can do line out, line into computer, and then you can control everything from OBS if you want, and add more audio sources. You can get crazy with it. I think that this is better, to be honest. It's simple, it works, and if you have, I have the Arctic Nova Pros, the wireless headset with PS5, and that plugs in via USB into the PS5, but it has a line out option there, so I could technically run a wireless setup using those headphones, and that it comes with a DAC. It comes with this adapter thing that's right on my desk here. I wonder if I could show you. Let's see. Let us see. I wonder if my mobile camera is working today. And no. I guess not. No bueno. Yeah, I guess my mobile cam is not working. Let me check. Let me check the Elgato Camera Hub, because I have it right here on my desk. I can show you. Okay, we might have life here, guys. Believe it or not, we might have life. Look at that. Sweet. Yeah, this is the DAC. And that DAC, it goes with these headphones that I have connected with the PS5, which are excellent. Arctic Nova Pros are amazing. Amazing headphones for the PS5. I think they might be a little better than the Astros, in my opinion, but that's just me. But on this device, there's literally a line out port option here. There's a line out port option, and you could have the line out with the Chatlink Pro cable or any male-to-male 3.5 millimeter cable coming from this. Then to this mixer into the line in port there, and have a really nice setup. So that is an option if you know, it's whatever you want to go with, right? And you can use your gaming headset. It'll be with the console. But that headset also has the ability to connect via Bluetooth to your computer. So technically you could hear some audio from your computer as well, like alerts, Spotify, that sort of thing. So yeah, pretty nice option. And I think that's better than the Rode mess and the glitchiness. Because I don't want to deal with glitchiness. If you glitch, that to me is unacceptable. That's a fail. You can't glitch. Like that's not what viewers want to see. They don't want to see a glitchy stream. Like it has to be right. I don't want to hear robotic noises and weird audio. Like it should be clean. It should be good. That's the expectation. No freezing, no black screens, no glitchiness. Yeah. Yo, thank you, King Boy. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, what? About the H60X, and the day I bought it, your capture card ranking came out talking about the 4K-X in S tier. Oh my God. As soon as it delivered, I started the return process. That's hilarious, bro. Yo, 4K-X is far more superior than the H60X. Far more superior, man. You made the right choice. And I'm not just saying that because I ranked it a certain way and I convinced you to get the right capture card. You legitimately made the right choice. 4K-X is one of the best capture cards that you can get out there. I kid you not. I think there was one question here I wanted to answer. Is a RTX 5050 GPU and a Ryzen 5500 good for 1133? Well, is it? Let's find out. GPUs, the prices have come down. Not so much for other parts in the gaming space. But GPUs may go back up in price though, due to the whole AI data center building stuff going on, if you guys aren't aware. So that is taking away GPUs, solid state drives, as well as RAM, away from PC owners and PC builders. So it's driving up the prices. I haven't seen it that much with GPUs, but definitely with RAM. RAM has been bad. And then the SSDs, those have started to go up too. Like a little bit more scarcity. But I don't know if you're getting a pre-built or something, dude. You could probably build your own for, well, maybe not. Maybe you can't build your own for less now. But this is the price of the GPU by itself. Yeah, like this one here. Overclock. Yeah. So like basically 250. You're looking at 250 for the GPU, and then Ryzen. Like, are you getting the pre-built, bro? You must be getting the pre-built. 55, 56. Let me check this CPU out. Yeah, but 6 core. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, it's on the it's AM4. Hey, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think you have a decent setup. Now, is it worth $1,000? I'm kind of leaning towards might be a little might be an overpay. I think it's an overpay. Like just off of this initial research I did and looking at just how much those two parts cost by themselves. Like what? That's like 350, 400 bucks for those two parts. And you can get a pre-built with similar specs for under 1,000. So yeah, I don't think that doesn't sound like a good price. What do you guys think, chat? What do y'all think in the chat here? No, I don't have a soundboard. I did get access to voice mod. I just never got around to using it. That's it's not a physical soundboard, it's a virtual soundboard. I've used it a little bit. It's fun. I just don't get much value out of it. It's just like, why would I want to change my voice? Like I don't have a need for it. And honestly, for the top streamers I watched, I don't even see them using anything like that. I'm sure you could find a creative way to angle it into your content. And if you can make it work, I think that's awesome. Like, do it. I just don't personally use that stuff. The transition, I actually did not make that transition. I went on Fiverr and I hired somebody to make it. And then I put it in OBS. I didn't even pay that much either. Like 25 bucks. And I've been using that transition for like forever. For the longest time. So I should check out Focusrite? Vocaster? Let's take a look. Let's take a peek. Okay. All right, I'll jot this down as a point of research. Guess this gives you more microphone control. Interesting. Yeah, you can use it for podcasting. Okay. Yeah, it's like a podcasting machine. Okay. I'll take a look. Oh, yeah, I know about the Scarlets, but I never ended up using one of those. Let me, I'm just going to throw it in my notes just so I can ponder it as a possible tech item for a video. No guarantees, but like I like to at least be in the know about these things so I can reach out to possibly the people who own this brand. Maybe I can get a product sent my way. Please, I'll show it on my channel, I promise. What's a good kilobit per second? So depends on where you're streaming. So if you're streaming to Twitch, 6,000 is good. And then if you're streaming to YouTube, you can do 6,000 or more. Like for this stream here, I'm doing 12,000 kilobits per second. And this is what my stream looks like. Constant bit rate. Looks pretty good, hopefully. Yeah, you're like if you're streaming and you want a nice clean stream for a platform that supports not limiting your bit rate, dude, like 10,000, 12,000 for 1080p, even 2K is pretty good looking. But definitely for 1080p, it looks good. Like you're not gonna have so much blotchiness, especially in your gameplay. It's gonna look clean. It's gonna look sharp. Yeah, if you're at like 4,000, 3,000, then it doesn't look so good. But some of you may have to, use a quality like that if your internet isn't so good. So you may not have much of a choice. Yeah. Thank you. You confirmed what I was hoping for. But if you're gaming and you have more motion, then the higher bit rate helps with making it look a little cleaner. Should I buy the 4K-X or S with two monitors that are 60 FPS? If they're capped at 60 FPS, you can honestly get away with the 4K-S. But if at any point that you feel right now that you might leverage 4K 120, then you're going to want to get the 4K-X, certainly. But if you don't think you're ever going to update to 4K 120 monitors, then you probably don't need it. Just do the 4K-S, which is an excellent capture card. Really good. Blue screen, Blue screen of tech says, hey, I apologize if you answered this. Got here late. Hey, all good. Hey, as long as you're here, man, I appreciate you. Even the people watching the stream on the VOD, I do appreciate you too. Do you use a soundbar? Yeah, I don't use a soundbar. And I think I think I might have answered that question. But yeah, I don't have a soundbar. Unless you're talking about like a speaker soundbar. I do have one of those. Yeah, SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Wireless. So good, guys. Look, we can look them up here. I'll show you guys. And they're also in my shop in the description. In my best headsets. Right here. Arctis Nova Pros, they're expensive, but they are so good. They are so good. Hopefully they never discontinue them. Really good headsets. It's Ryan says, I found a way to have the PS5 and Xbox Series X running 120 hertz pass through to an HDMI switch while recording on an Elgato at 60 FPS 1080p if it's any use. Yeah, I mean, a switch in a way it essentially can act as a capture card. Like the splitters, the switch, as long as there's inputs and outputs, it can work. And I've seen people have setups where they can switch between different HDMI inputs to record different games. So that's always a very nice thing to have. Hey, feel free to share with the chat here. I'm sure people would like to know like what you did for your specific setup. How long have I been a streamer? Have I been a streamer? I mean, I've streamed and been off and on with streaming probably for, oh man, since probably the Fortnite days. That was the first stream I ever did. It was when Fortnite Season 2 came out. That was when I was playing. So for that long. So what? That was like 2017, I guess. That's when I started streaming. So a pretty long time. Do you do the math there? What's going on, Febster12? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I mute my cough so you guys don't get whatever virus I might have through the stream. It would infect your computer and infect you. 2-for-1 deal. Tom the Gamer says, so what speed internet should we use? I do get some drop frames at times and don't know if upgrading my internet is the answer. So to find that out, you are going to want to check out some of your stats. So you see I'm in my OBS right now. We are going to want to look at our stats. So if we go to view, we can go to stats. And if you check here, you can see if you have any drop frames. So you see I've had 0 on my network the entire time of streaming today. 0. And I'm pushing a 12,000 bit rate or 12 megabit per second. And my internet itself, if we were to speed test it, it should come in at like the 200s or something like that. Sometimes Verizon screws me over and I get really pissy with them. And they've screwed over my upload speed too, when they're supposed to be giving me like 300 down, 300 up. That doesn't always happen, but it's good. I'm good on my internet. It's great. But you can check here for drop frames for your network. And even for recording too, like if you get drop frames. But this is mainly for network, so you can see what the issue is. If it's not drop frames due to network and you're getting drop frames due to issues with your computer, well, you should be able to see your FPS dropping up here. That means you need to upgrade your computer if you're trying to push a certain amount of frames. But 1080p 60 should work for the majority of you guys, to be honest. If you're pushing anything higher, then you're going to want to contemplate upgrading your setup. You may need it. But take a look at these stats here, because this will tell you a little bit more about how your computer's performing, as well as the network, especially the network, because that's right here. That'll tell you if it's a network issue or otherwise. I'm interested, Cal. What do you use the soundboard for? I know some people use soundboards to like do prank style gameplays, or I don't know, just to screw with people a little bit. But I'm interested to what you do with it, Cal. I'm curious. Do you think the M4 Mac Mini is the best for streaming if you are looking at the performance to cost ratio? If there is anything better, what would you recommend? If you want to stick with the Mac ecosystem, absolutely. I don't know if they're coming out with a new Mac Mini soon. I heard rumors that they are, but yeah, the current Mac Mini is a good deal. It should be still around $600 or so. Let's check. Well, now the Mac M4 seems to be getting renewed. I mean, these are well-priced machines. Don't go with anything Intel, though. Just stick with Silicon. Yeah, there's an M4 Pro. I'm assuming they haven't come out with an M5. 2026. All right, thank you, Creighton, for confirming. Yeah. M5 Mac Mini coming in 2026. So you can either wait for that or you can get an M4 Mac Mini, but I feel like you're going to probably be paying a little bit of a premium if you get an M4 Mac Mini right now versus just waiting a tad and getting the M5 Mac Mini, which I would presume would come in at about $600 because that's where the M4 Mac Mini came in. But it's one of the cheapest, newer Macs you can get to get into the Apple ecosystem, which is pretty good. And you know the hardware is going to work too. Now, don't expect to do like 4K 60 or something on it. That's not going to be possible. If you want to do 4K 60, then you're going to need to go with the Pro or the Max variations of these M chips. You're not going to be able to go with the lower end. But if you're good with 1080p 60, 2K 60, you're good to go. You will be a-okay for sure. Yep. Well, M4 and the M4 Pro is already out. M4 Pros and M4 Max. I think you mean M5 Pro. Yeah, M4 Pro and M4 Maxes are out, but the M5 Pro and M5 Max are not out. Yeah, Mac Studio is a beast. So yeah, we got some time here. Yeah, very good. It's more than capable. These Macs are so good, guys. It did not used to be like this. Like just a few years ago, we didn't have good Mac systems for recording and streaming. Like it was a bit of a struggle. And like Creighton knows all about this with like the shifting audio, like trying to keep it lined up with the capture card. Sometimes the capture card wouldn't even work right or a disconnect. Like, man, it was a struggle bus some time ago. But we are past that. We are on to new horizons. We are on to capture cards that have UVC compatibility, which means that they're plug and play. That's all that's all that means. They are plug and play. So we love that. So you're using it as a sound effects board. Okay, I like that. I got you. I got what you're putting down. Something cool happens, you can press a button and you know it makes cool stuff happen on stream. I like that. Very cool. This is a good question. How do you play music on your live streams and make sure it's not too loud over your voice? So right now, I am playing audio via Spotify. Spotify, as you can see, it's actually I have it maxed out. This is my Spotify going on right now. Spotify is maxed out, so I'm not controlling the audio here. Everything's blocked. Gosh. I'm not controlling the audio from here. I'm actually controlling it from this mixer you see here. So that allows me to prevent it. So right now it's at 18%. But I could have it really loud, but I just take a look at my levels. And I'm taking a look in OBS, by the way. I'm seeing where it's coming through, because right now it's coming in if I don't talk. It's coming in at like the -50 to -40-ish decibel level, which is comfortable. It's pretty good, so that it's not too loud. It should just be something you feel in the background versus, you know, it being right in your face, because then it conflicts with your voice and it doesn't sound good. So right now everything should be pretty balanced, but this is how I'm controlling that audio level, just with this mixer. You gotta love the control. I like the control. I'm doing well too. I'm enjoying the holidays. I like that things are a little bit slower, especially with all the work I have that I do. So I'm enjoying it. I'm going to try to take a little breather this next week if I can. But yeah, things are good. Things are good. And then we gotta get ready for the new year. We gotta have big plans. I want you guys to have input on those plans too. But we keep trucking along. Oh, and I have a new puppy. I don't think I've shown him too much on stream. You know, I'll show him at the end of the stream here. I'll show him. I'll show my puppy Monty. He's only a year old. I might have shown him in a previous stream. I'm not sure if I remember if I did that or not. I think I did. But we'll show him. I'll show you guys. Little Monty. The music I'm playing mostly is non-copyright. Anything I do find that is copywritten, I make sure it's deleted out of this playlist, and I remove the audio from the stream. So I'm taking a chance a little bit with some of the stuff on Spotify, but the way that I've done this is I've taken audio from artists from Epidemic Sounds, which is a massive catalog of royalty-free music. So most of the people that are on that site, their music on Spotify is also royalty-free, which is why I put it into this playlist that you see right here. So it's literally just called Stream Beats Midnight Man, and actually some of you guys have saved this playlist for your own streams, which is cool. But the majority of stuff in here, I'd say like 98% is not copywritten. And there's a lot of music in here too. 480 songs, and I try to keep adding more to it every so often. But that allows me to not run out of music on stream. We have 20 hours of music. So we're not going to run out of music to where it'll start playing something that definitely is copywritten. But yeah, you guys should be able to look up that playlist. It's a public playlist, so you guys can check it out, play it on your streams if you want to. For this one, I mean, as long as you have your capture card connected, or are you trying to do this without a capture card? With capture card, it's super easy. But without, I'm trying to think. I know there's the Discord integration with PS5, but I don't know if you can be like, yes, you can connect to people, you can be in parties. I haven't actually tested that out. That's something I have to play around with. Is that something you guys would like to see, like in a video? Because I can definitely do a little research on it. I could definitely figure that out very quickly. But I know it's easy with capture cards on the computer. You just use it as part of one of your webcams, and you can just share it. It's like a share screen almost feature. But maybe you guys want to know how to do it with and without a capture card. If it's without a capture card, I wonder if on PS5 with their Discord integration, if it's just a click of a button and it shares, which might be the case, but I just haven't looked at it. I'd have to look at that. The Audio Technica ATH 2040. I believe that's the mic that I have. Oh yeah, this one. They sent me some mics. I don't think they sent me this one. They didn't send me an XLR mic, so I haven't tried this one out. I couldn't tell you for certain because I just don't own the mic. It has good reviews, and I've used other Audio Technica mics, and they've sounded good. Pair this with an Elgato Stream Deck, or Stream, what do they call it? Pair it with this Stream Deck Plus, and you'll get to use the wavelength features or the wave features to where you won't be clipping and your audio won't blast out. Pair that with this bad boy. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good setup if you ask me. I'm just saying. You think the Wave DX is worth getting? I see you have the Wave 3. I mean, if Elgato wants to send me the Wave DX, sure, I'll give it a try. I mean, probably. I mean, it's a good mic. I haven't heard anything bad about it. And from the people I've heard using it, it sounds great. Sounds good. I think it's a great option. And you get into the Wave ecosystem, Elgato's Wavelink software. Good move. I think it's a good choice for a mic, personally. Just an FYI, what may be non-copyrighted music on YouTube might be copyrighted on Twitch. Hey, that's a good point. Thing is, like on Twitch, like I hear people playing like Drake and all the copywritten music in the world. I feel like I hear on Twitch. I'm like, what is with this? Like, how are people complaining about the DMCA takedowns if they're playing whatever the heck they want on their Twitch? Like, some people just don't even get in trouble for it, but maybe they've cracked down on it more recently. I don't seem to be on streams as much with any music playing like that. Maybe they've tightened up on it. But that's a good point. I haven't streamed enough on Twitch to experience that issue. I'm really more of a YouTube streamer. What is going on with my Logitech software here? Glitchy. How do I make my starting screen muted until I'm on a different scene? So what I do is I just mute my mic. So if your mic has a mute feature, you can just click that, or you can just click the like that speaker icon on OBS until you go live, and then just unmute it. But I manually mute until I switch to the scene and then unmute. It's Maverick says, man, I just want to say thank you for the helpful videos that you put out. It's helped me build my channel a lot. I'm happy it's been able to help you. I do appreciate it. That's what kind of drives me to keep making these videos, because it's helping, whether it's one person or 100 people or 1,000 people or more, like it's doing something. So that's what kind of motivates me to continue to help you guys. So I appreciate that it is helping, and that just gives me confirmation of that. So I appreciate it. It's Maverick. Thank you, man. Yeah, there is. Even on YouTube. On YouTube, I know there's Licked, which I've used a little bit. I had a sponsor with them like last year. Pretty good service. I was able to put a Drake song in one of my videos and not get copywritten for it. Kind of nice. But those licenses are not cheap. They can run like $10, $20, $30. So like it has to be for a very good reason that you're getting that license for. Otherwise, it might not be too worth it. Alrighty, guys, it's getting to be that time. Almost a 3-hour stream. I'm gonna bring down my dog so you guys can check him out. See my little baby Monty. He's insane. He might be a little sleepy, but I'm gonna get him up. You guys should see him. He's a little lamb. He's a cutie, but he drives me crazy because puppies are absolutely insane. Here, I'll be right back. Right back, all right? If you guys have any last minute questions, put them down here right now. Because I'll see them here quicker than I will in the Discord. Yeah, throw them in there, guys. Throw them in there. And I'll get my dog in the meantime. No shock collars. I did get a shock collar, but I didn't put it on him. I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to traumatize my doggy. Okay, 1 second, guys. There he is. My little Monty, my little Palmapoo. Monty, say hi to the stream. They're there. They're over here. Yes, they're right there. See? See? Yeah. They're right over there. Say hi to the audience. This is Monty. He could probably use a fresh grooming session. He's got his little pom-pom tail too. Say hi to the peoples. Should I let him run around while I answer your last questions here? Of course, I got you. Thanks for the tip. Went from being stuck at 250 subs to now 584. Oh my gosh. With just the thumbnails. Have been using Canva. It helps. That's awesome. Canva is definitely a good source. It's very affordable too. And you can make free thumbnails there. Just a little bit at a time. And eventually you might graduate from Canva to get to Photoshop, but you know, every little bit. Yeah, I feel that. I like you know, having a nice backdrop like what I got going on here. I think it's way more interesting than just using a green screen. But hey, nothing wrong with a green screen if you can make it work. It all depends on like the style you wanna go for. Like that's the beauty of YouTube. You don't have to copy everybody. Like just figure out what works for you and run with it. Thank you, bro. I know you got a bunch of doggies running around, so you know the joys of it. I have an Elgato 4K X capture card and game chat link, and is not capturing all game audio with different games. Well, I would recommend trying without the chat link. And I've, you know, mentioned it to a couple people in this stream. You okay, Monty? I think he's a little tired. I think Monty's a little tired. You tired? You don't want to be in my arms anymore? I would try passing all your game audio over HDMI if you can, and see if it works that way. It should work over the Chatlink Pro as well, but you know, maybe there's some funky things going on. But if you pass it over HDMI, then you can at least monitor and output it in OBS via your advanced audio properties. It's just in your mixer. You just press that settings icon and it'll pull it right up so that you can monitor and output. If you want, I can show you here really quickly. Take a look. See, I'm in my audio mixer. Settings icon down here. And then pull this up. Monitor and output that gameplay audio source so you can hear it. I think HDMI is the way to go with capture cards. Oh, he's licking me. He's like, Daddy, you gotta put me down. You gotta put me down, Daddy. I'm tired. Are you tired? Yeah, then what do you? Well, you mentioned it in your in your setup. You said you have a. Hey, why are you licking the mic, bro? Yeah, you need a headset or something to be able to listen to the audio, because if you're playing it out loud, it could back echo into your speaker. That would not be into your mic. Sorry, to your mic. That would not be good. Look at his little face. My God. Yeah, I mean, with all the capture cards I've used, like they're all, the audio just comes through consistently. I've never had a capture card that switches up the audio based on the game. Well, he's beat. Okay, let me pull the camera down. There we go. Do you edit your videos yourself? If yes, what software do you use? Secondly, OBS for Streamlabs. What would you recommend? Thanks for the stream and cute dog. Yeah, I had to bring Monty into the mix here. So I do actually edit all my videos on this channel myself. I might start trying to outsource some elements soon because I want to expand upon the graphical animations that are on this channel. And you know, I only have but so much skill in graphic design and like visual animations. So that might be something I try to expand on later in the future. But yeah, I do everything right now. I use Final Cut Pro. That's my main editing software. It's beautiful and it's built for Mac and it's great. Like I came from Sony Vegas before that, and I would render a video and it would take like 3-4 hours versus now I can do a 4K project and it'll render in like 3 or 4 minutes. It's oh my gosh, I can't believe I ever struggled like that before with Sony Vegas and on a bad Windows computer laptop. Like I don't miss those days at all. And then OBS for Streamlabs, both very good apps in my opinion. OBS, you have more control. It also uses less resources depending on how many plugins and things you have going on in OBS. I like it just because you get the control. You can do whatever you want on it. There's no paywalls, like none of that annoying stuff. So I prefer OBS, but Streamlabs might be a good option for you if you just want things to be, you know, set up for you easily. You have your bare bones features. It acts like OBS without having to do any complicated, complex things. You know, Streamlabs works great in that vein. Like you don't like all of your overlays and things you might need are right within Streamlabs, so you don't have to worry about it too much. And like there's big creators like Tfue uses Streamlabs desktop. iShowSpeed uses Streamlabs desktop because it's just simple. It's easy. You don't have to be a guru with an OBS studio to be a successful streamer. You just need to know the basics, and Streamlabs desktop has those basic things in it to get you going so that you don't have to spend a bunch of time in software. You can just get streaming. So if that is where your mind is more so than digging in the settings and trying to make things look prettier and as nice as possible, then maybe Streamlabs desktop is a better option. Not that you can't get good looking quality things out of Streamlabs desktop. You just get more finite control out of OBS Studio. But it's only worth it if you feel like digging into it. I personally don't think it's that hard. Maybe just because I've looked at this stuff for so many years now. But they're both good choices. Just do you want to take a little bit of a harder route, or do you want to take the easier route? You know, if you have a good computer, you're fine. Thank you, Brandon Wright, for subscribing. Appreciate it, bro. If you have a good computer, Streamlabs desktop will work honestly perfectly fine. My baby's sleepy. You sleepy? You sleepy? What camera do you use? I use the Canon R6 Mark II. And then the lens on that is a Sigma. This is the 24 to 70 millimeter art lens. Yes, I taste like chocolate. I am very chocolatey. Yeah, I've made some videos on how to edit videos like via CapCut. I tried to do one for Final Cut, but it just didn't seem like there was much interest in when I did a video on that topic. Plus, it's not free, and I think it seems like most of you guys are looking for more affordable options. Final Cut, it's going to run you at least about $300. And yeah, not everybody's using Mac, but everybody has CapCut, and everybody can use CapCut, and it's completely free. So I've done some editing videos on that. I've done a couple editing videos around CapCut, as well as just like general techniques you can apply to like to any editing software. You can just like probably go on YouTube and just type in Midnight Man video editing tutorials or something, and it should come up. Let's see. Let's see if they come up. Oh, yep, they come up. Oh, YouTube's a pretty good search engine. Yeah, these videos right here, and this one just did crazy good. And I did one for mobile here for CapCut. So the CapCut ones have done well, and I've done some just showcasing some of the more modern video editors out there that are free to use. But this one, like, I was in the tools showing, and I was in there with this one too, but more so in a general explanation for like specific tips versus the whole editing workflow. This one, definitely a whole editing workflow, like starting the video to finishing it. So definitely check these out. Just type in Midnight Man video editing tutorials and they'll come right up. So I've done videos on that before. I can't give a recommendation on a sound effects board because I haven't used any sound effects boards. I've used voice mod a little bit, but not much. So I just haven't used many soundboards, to be honest. So I don't want to give you a recommendation on something I haven't used. Yeah, the buzzing, the buzzing won't come over HDMI, but if you're using like a line, like a 3.5 millimeter, like double male cable, like male to male in just like one line, yeah, there's gonna be that electricity sound. But like you don't technically need it. Like for full transparency, like I've used the switch a lot. I've tested it extensively, and I've been able to just listen to my audio out of the monitor via just with my headset. I plug it right into the back of the monitor. Perfect audio, it records perfectly fine. And then I'm also able to listen to the audio over HDMI from the computer. So during the monitor and output thing I've showed a couple of times on this stream, I'm able to hear the audio perfectly fine. And no buzzing, no weird sounds. But if I was pulling audio or listening to audio out of the top of the switch through that headphone jack, then yes, that's where the electrical sounds can come from. But I'm just not a fan of using all those wires and cables. And I've made a couple switch videos too on the topic. It's not capturing all background game audio through your Xbox Series S games. That's the other problem with the chat link cable. The audio comes in low automatically. Like it's not the full sounding quality audio, which is why it's never my number one recommendation to use the Chatlink Pro cable or any Chatlink cable. It's better to use HDMI. The audio is much more fuller, it's louder. You don't have to put filters on it to make it sound louder. HDMI is the way to go, guys, and that's what like a lot of the top streamers use too. They just use HDMI. Yes, exactly. They use HDMI because you don't need these cables. I promise you don't need these cables. Hey, I appreciate it, my friend. You stream retro and modern games, and all your videos have been helpful. Oh, that's amazing. I'm trying to dabble in a little bit of retro gaming on the PS2 side of the world. With PCSX2, I'm trying to emulate a little bit there. We'll see. how I come along with that. Alrighty, guys, it is 1:37. I'm gonna head out of here with my boy Monty. I appreciate everybody, and I mean truly everybody, for stopping through today's stream. If you guys have, ooh, come on, up. There we go. If you guys have additional questions, I'd be happy to try to answer you, as well as Eddie's and other folks in the Discord, to try to help you out. If you leave questions in the setup help channels on the Discord, links to the Discord are pinned in the chat as well as in the description. So go there, check it out. I really do appreciate all of you. I think we had a fun night tonight, trying to help you guys out a little bit here, especially for those who are having tech issues, or maybe you guys just got some new tech for Christmas or whatever. Hopefully this stream was helpful for those of you who got some new gear and you're trying to get it to work. And I sympathize with it, because I've been there. I was there tonight with some of my stuff. So, it's a learning journey, and it's worth it in the end. It's worth it in the end. Just take some time. But hopefully this was able to help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for staying to the very end of the stream. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit it with a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new around here. And I will catch you in the next one. I'll see you later, Monty. You'll see him later? You'll see him later? Yeah? 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 Alrighty. See you guys. Peace. Have a good one. New video later this week or next week, before the new year. It's coming out. Recording settings, so stay tuned. Have notifications on. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Come on.